Hello everyone, it's Quicksilver. Welcome to the Planet 1 server tour for the All the Mods 8 world. It's now March 2024. We started this world in October 2023 in single player, and then we took it into a server. And unfortunately it's reached the point where I can't afford to run the server anymore, but I just wanted to make a video to showcase what we built, just so I can remember it, and for people from the community so they can remember what they built as well. We're here in the spawn area, which we never really did anything with. It's kind of like this lovely, sort of like wooded valley. We've got a waystone here, which I know teleports us to my base, but I'm not going to use it just because I want to do the walk and I want to have a quick chat to you about kind of who played on this server and a bit of history. So I started this server with my wife, Milbot, back in October. It was a single player world then, and we decided we wanted to turn it into a server for a few reasons. I guess the first reason was that we wanted to play with other people. The second one was performance. I mean, on this you can see that it's running at about 30 FPS right now on my PC, but on my wife's PC it was very, very slow. So we decided to put it on a server just to lessen the performance impact on our machines. But yeah, basically people would come from the spawn into this area here. This is kind of the same path that my wife and I took. A little discarded boat there. And we found ourselves in this massive village. I'll just kind of show you the scope of it. Quite a large area. You can see all of our bases kind of popping in on the edge there. But yeah, the village is huge. It's kind of generated on the side of a hill, so there's even some little houses and things sort of on the hill. Not very much. I'll show you kind of that later. But yeah, this was the kind of village that we had, and we named this area Beakoland after our dog. This building here is my wife and I's house. Me and Milbot's house. That over there is my factory, but I'll get to that later. So we used just kind of the wood that was available to us, which was spruce. As we kind of get close to the big builds, you're going to see the FPS drop quite considerably, and I apologize for that, but that's just what I'm working with, unfortunately, and I want it to look nice, so I got the shaders. But yes, this was our kind of starter base. We started this base with our housemate, Mr. Murderous Sausage. Just very basic ore doubling here. But the idea with this is I really wanted to use creates elevators. So I put this in, which lets us kind of travel between all the different areas. This area in the starter base was actually originally our storage room, and not long ago in January I cleared it out to move it all to my factory, but this is the shell of it. We had barrels alongside the walls and it was all connected to this refined storage system right here. Out here is a little dock and a water wheel. We ended up building floors onto this house, but we never really knew what to do with it. So after I moved into the factory, I decided to make this a Twilight Forest museum. Millsy, another player, and I decided to do the Twilight Forest together. We ended up beating a lot of the bosses. I think almost all of them. We went through the whole quest book and beat them, and I made this little museum where essentially you can see all the bosses that we defeated and some useful sort of items. And if you press the buttons, the mobs make the sound they make in the game. So that's really cool. But yeah, just a little sort of showcase of all the kind of creatures we encountered. So going upstairs, we have the bedroom, which never really got finished, but this was meant to be sort of a master bedroom. We could look out over the town and the factory. I just got too focused on the factory, really. Little farms here. This was meant to be the starting of a zoo, but kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. So let's go over to the factory, and this is where the FPS is really going to tank. You can tell. Center. So this is probably one of the biggest builds I have ever done. It's massive, absolutely massive. I don't know how many stacks of steel went into these scaffoldings or how many bricks went into this wall, but it took me a very, very long time to build all of this. And I build basically all of it by hand. But yeah, this main factory floor was just kind of a dumping ground for machines. I built it without really knowing what was going to go here, and so I just shoved everything here. Blast furnace, little automation set up with Create to automate the creation of casings and things like that. Let's go to the basement. For powering this whole thing, I used thermoelectric generators because they were free and because you can use them basically infinitely with a bit of uranium and then blue ice, which I made using these machines over here. The whole power for the Create section of the base comes from a massive set of water wheels, which I think currently are tanking my FPS, but I can't get rid of them because everything in the base would stop working, so I kind of have to keep them going. But yes, this is where all the spaghetti lives. This is my storage. Organized by type. Very extensive, a lot more extensive than the vault that I showed you earlier. Let's go up to second floor. Oh no. First floor first. Just machines in this, auto crafting, things of that nature. This was meant to be for making the plates that you use in Create trains. Second floor, basically nothing here except train track automation, which I think appears to be stuck. But I mean, the lighting in this factory is just really, really nice. That's what I like the most about the whole build. It's just kind of the way the light kind of moves through the whole thing. And the top floor was kind of meant to be my little suite, my little apartment. So different sort of like dark oak paneling on the floor. We've got a cute little sort of living room space. We've got a jukebox, kitchen, and a little sort of like bedroom, dressing room type of thing. All of its glory. The factory, automatic farms going off, the beautiful glass windows, the roof, which took me ages, and a lightning rod, which, as far as I could tell, never really worked. I'm not sure whether I was doing something wrong, but I could just never really get it to work, or I never detected any power coming through it. No, one of my favourite builds that I think I've ever made is this factory here. It took a lot of work to do it, and I really like it. And then down off to the side you can see the first of what I was trying to do, little train experiments. I was planning to make a train track that went like sort of through the station here and sort of along this area, sort of around the outskirts of the town along this wall I built. Sort of crossing a gorge here and then up through here over to spawn, basically. But I'll show you the trains, because the trains are a really cool little feature that we started playing with towards the end. So this is the ship buggy, named for a reason. Let's roll. So I am going to go to the right here, on this junction, past a board that doesn't work, and I'm going to end up, hopefully, in Blitz's train station, which I'll show you. Okay, hang on. We're here. He's got a much nicer train than I do. This is Blitz, aka Void's base, who was very much more advanced than I was. I don't even think I can begin to describe how far Void actually got with all of their work. I mean, it was, yeah, pretty wild. Just gonna go up here, because I don't actually know what's up here. Oh, looks like they were building another floor with some mechanism stuff, rocket launch pad. Oh, that's neat. I didn't see all this. Let's go down, though, because we want to be going down. I might have to break through the floor, I'm sorry. Can I not modify this because I'm... Okay, I can't actually modify this because it's not my land, because I don't actually own it. So Void's base was this, like, really interesting cube. It went through a few iterations, but this is kind of how it was left. Can I open the door? Got a flagrant display of wealth there. I wish I could get inside. Oh, I can get in. Lots of storage. Some very nice elevator doors. What the hell is this? Pneumaticraft. Oh, I'm not messing with any of that stuff. Sorry, Void, I'm not doing any of that stuff. All this is too complicated for me, too complex. I never got into any of this stuff. I don't even know how this works. I don't know what this is. What is this? Can I... I'm guessing that they had some kind of remote control they were using to open and close the door, because I don't have access to it. Let's get out of here. Let's go have a look at some of the other bases, which hopefully I can actually run with my PC. Sorry about the whole Void. Didn't mean to. Let's go have a look at G1 and G. G1 made this amazing base. And I say amazing because I can't comprehend how any of it works, but basically their goal was to get, you know, to complete everything in the world without ever going to another dimension. And so they had this really complicated setup with lots of botany pots and other sort of random things which gave them the resources they needed to do what they wanted to do. It was pretty wild, and I don't think I ever really understood it, but I was very, very impressed. So G1, good job. This is pretty incredible. So this was Millsy's base, another incredible build. Little train station building, and then a factory complex. So Millsy did the Twilight Forest with me, and instead of doing the museum, he decided to put things on cool little pedestals. Before we go in the main building, I'm just going to check out the train station real quick. So this was kind of turned into a very OP mob spawner, which I'm not going to activate because apparently it crashes the game. But it was just a very nice sort of little industrial build here. Right, let's go into the factory. So this actually is a replica of the factory where Millsy works. I think exactly a replica of the whole floor layout, which is pretty mad, and it was a really, really fun little project for him to do and come in and just kind of see new things and recognizing them from little Snapchats he would send me from his day job. So yeah, this is a much more sophisticated auto crafting crate setup with refined storage than I had. Looks to be running with electric motors, most of it. So this here is a train station. I don't know if there's any lights you can turn on. I think this is like a staff canteen in here. Like a lot of things on the server, it's not really finished. So there we have it. That was Beakerland. There is one more base I'd like to show you, but it's not in this main area here, which most people were building in. So one final thing I wanted to show was the house of Duke and Puga. They only played on the server for a short amount of time compared to everyone else, and they built the Puke Palace, which is a very, very nicely done little building with some strange livestock. Ducks, cows, the works. Just a cute little build. Well, that's it. I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching this, and a big thank you to all the players that played on All the Mods 8 over this past few months. It's been a really good experience, I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. Until next time, bye!